Welcome to Sleep Town, the coziest, calmest place you'll ever find, where each story leads you into the softest dreams and the sleepiest sleepies. Tonight we invite you to snuggle in, to feel the warmth of your blanket as it wraps around you like a loving hug. Allow yourself to settle in comfortably, feeling your pillow cradle your head, just right, pressing your cheek into its soft, fresh fabric. Take a moment to find that perfect spot, nestling in until every part of you feels warm, supported, and cozy. Now take a deep breath in, filling your lungs with calm and tranquility, and then let it out slowly, releasing any tension or worries for the day. As you breathe out, feel your body getting heavier, every muscle relaxing, allowing you to sink a little deeper into the mattress beneath you. Let your arms and legs go loose, soft and relaxed. Resting comfortably, give your body permission to fully let go, to release the day's stress. Picture yourself sinking deeper and deeper, drifting away from the hustle and bustle of the day, where every sound becomes softer and more distant, and every thought eases into a calm, gentle hush. Close your eyes and let's take a journey to Sleep Town together. Imagine the soothing landscape around you, a peaceful realm where the air is filled with soft whispers and gentle breezes. Tonight there's a brand new story waiting just for you. A gentle adventure in a world filled with warmth, calm, and wonder. So let's drift away, getting cozy as we allow our breaths to become slow and quiet. With each soft inhale, feel the peacefulness wash over you. And with each gentle exhale, let go of anything that doesn't serve you in this moment. Allow your mind to float free, like a soft feather on a light breeze as we wander off to Sleep Town. Louie the Labrador is a delightful chocolate brown lab with a small patch of grey nestled around his jowls, almost like a dog beard, giving him a wise, gentle appearance that makes him seem older than his 4 years. But don't let that fool you, he's still a big, fluffy puppy at heart, bursting with energy and joy. As you envision him, picture his ears, slightly lighter in shade than the rich brown of his body. They are soft and velvety to the touch, like the finest fabric, perfect for snuggling up against. Imagine gently running your fingers over those ears, feeling their warmth and softness as they flop adorably whenever he bounds around. Louie's eyes shine with a mischief and kindness, sparkling like two warm chestnuts reflecting the sunlight. His friendly doggy grin stretches wide, revealing a playful spirit ready for adventure. You can almost hear the soft thud of his paws against the ground as he plays, his big fluffy tail wagging back and forth like a furry metronome, signalling his excitement. Louie has earned the title of dog paddling champion among his friends, gliding through the water with a grace that surprises everyone. He almost looks like a sleek brown alligator as he cruises along, earning him the nickname, the Labrigator. With his nose pointed forward, his body low in the water, and his strong tail swishing from side to side, he powers through the water with surprising speed and ease. His little legs paddle so smoothly, they're barely visible. He seems to simply glide. Picture Louie leaping joyfully into the waves, his sleek body cutting through the water in powerful strokes. Each splash sends droplets flying, catching the sunlight like tiny sparkling diamonds. As you watch him, his joy is contagious. You can almost feel the warmth of his energy radiating a sense of happiness that invites everyone around him to join in the fun. Whether he's splashing about in the waves or rolling in the sand, Louie is always eager for belly rubs and tail wags, reminding you that he is far cuddlier than any alligator. Take a moment to imagine snuggling up to Louie, feeling the softness of his fur against your skin, his gentle warmth enveloping you in a cozy embrace. With Louie by your side, every moment feels like an adventure, filled with love, laughter, and the purest form of joy. Bruno, the lively red merle Australian shepherd, is a whirlwind of energy and charm, with his fluffy coat, a beautiful tapestry of fiery red and brown patches on a canvas of pure white. He catches your eye and warms your heart at the same time. Picture him bounding playfully across the sand, his long white tail swaying behind him like a cheerful flag in the breeze, announcing his excitement to the world. And as he listens to his friends, he tilts his head in that adorable, quizzical way, as if he's trying to catch every tiny detail. His ears perk up, his brow furrows, just slightly, and you can practically see the gears turning as he hangs on every sound, curious and attentive, ready to dive headfirst into the next delightful adventure. His snout is long and elegant, tipped with a brown heart-shaped nose that seems to twitch with curiosity. You can almost see it shimmering in the sunlight as he sniffs the salty air, always on the lookout for a new adventure. His expressive eyes, one a deep brown and the other a striking shade of blue, twinkle with a mix of mischief and playfulness. Each eye adds its own charm, as if inviting you to join him on a world of fun, where every glance hints at a new adventure waiting to unfold. The contrast of colours makes his gaze even more captivating, drawing you in with a sense of wonder and excitement. Imagine Bruno's long, fluffy ears that frame his face, catching in the wind as he dashes along the shoreline. They bounce with every leap, almost like little sails catching in the breeze, adding to his playful demeanour. Bruno loves to race through the waves. You can hear the soft thud of his paws in the sand, and the gentle splash of water as he dives in, snapping at the waves, determined to bite all the water in the world. Picture him chasing the rolling waves, his joyful barks mingling with the sound of the surf, and feel the sheer delight radiating from him as he splashes around. Bruno's exuberance is infectious. It lifts your spirit and fills your heart with warmth. As he frolics in the sun, his tongue lolls out in pure bliss, and you can almost hear his happy panting as he races backwards and forth. Take a moment to envision snuggling up next to Bruno, feeling the softness of his fluffy coat against your skin, his warmth inviting you into a world of comfort and happiness. With Bruno by your side, every day is filled with laughter, excitement, and the joy of being in the moment. Today, Louie and Bruno are off to the beach. On this sunny beach day, Louie and Bruno have a big goal ahead of them. Today they are embarking on an exciting adventure to collect the world record best shell collection ever seen, or so they think. As the morning sun bathes the beach in a golden glow, the atmosphere feels alive with possibilities. The beach is a picturesque paradise stretching out like a canvas painted in hues of blue and gold. A small grassy foreshore invites visitors to sit and relax beneath the tall coastal palm trees. Their scruffy tops sway gently in the warm breeze, casting playful shadows on the soft sand below. The white sand stretches out like a fluffy blanket, clean and inviting, with not a piece of rubbish in sight. Each grain sparkles like tiny diamonds under the sun's rays, and as Louie and Bruno take their first steps onto the beach, the sand feels warm and soft beneath their paws. The rhythmic sound of the gentle waves lapping against the shore creates a soothing symphony, harmonizing with the distant calls of seagulls flying overhead. Their playful squawking fills the air, adding to the beach's lively atmosphere as they glide effortlessly, wings outstretched, searching for the next meal. "Let's find the best shells ever," Louie exclaims, his voice filled with excitement. Bruno bounces up and down, wagging his tail furiously. "I can't wait to see what we discover." With their hearts full of joy and determination, they rush towards the water's edge, eager to begin their grand task. Louie starts with a splash, his paws scooping up shells from the sand, while Bruno leaps through the waves, shaking off salt water that glistens on his coat. With a playful bark, Louie takes off down the beach, his paws splashing through the shallow surf as he races towards the water's edge. He scoops up shells with enthusiastic energy, scattering grains of sand in every direction. Meanwhile, Bruno bounds joyfully alongside him, darting in and out of the waves, his fluffy coat glistening in the salt water. He shakes off the salty droplets, sending a fine mist into the air, and snaps up shells with his mouth, his tail wagging wildly in excitement. The two friends race, their laughter echoing over the gentle sound of the waves crashing on the shore. They dart between the foamy surf and the warm sand, ducking under the waves as they go, both determined to claim the title of the fastest shell collector on the beach. The thrill of competition drives them forward, their playful spirits shining brightly as the sun above. Bruno, with his scruffy coat adorned with splashes of fiery red and brown, dances around Louie, his brown heart-shaped nose eagerly sniffing the air for treasures. His long, fluffy tail bobs happily as he playfully darts in and out of the gentle waves, leaving a trail of tiny splashes behind him. As they run along the shoreline, their laughter fills the air, blending perfectly with the sounds of the beach. They dive beneath the waves, surfacing with little treasures nestled between their paws. Each shell they find becomes a part of their extraordinary collection. A collection they hope will be recognized as the best ever. The shells they discover are truly magnificent. They come in all shapes and colours. Creamy pink, spirals, glossy black ones as smooth as polished stones, and golden ones with tiny ridges like little sunbursts. Some shells look like small swirling towers, while others resemble delicate white fans, each one whispering stories of the ocean's wonders. Now that they have collected a few of these beach treasures, Louie and Bruno pause to admire their findings, the sunlight reflecting off the shells creating a dazzling display of colours that sparkles like confetti. They eagerly share their new discoveries, counting each shell with glee, their excitement growing with each new find. "Look at this one, Louie," Bruno exclaims, holding up a shell that looks like a tiny perfect spiral. "Isn't it beautiful?" "It's amazing," Louie replies, his eyes wide with admiration. "This collection is going to be the best ever." With the soothing sound of the waves as their backdrop, Louie and Bruno continue their quest, excitedly racing all over the beach sand to see who can find the most beautiful shells. The sun shines brightly overhead, wrapping them in warmth as they dive deeper into their adventure, determined to create the ultimate shell collection, one that no one in Sleeptown has ever seen before. Today is a particularly fine, clear day. The sun shines brightly, casting a warm golden glow over everything it touches. Its rays dance on gentle waves that lap softly against the shore, creating a soothing, whispering sound that fills the air with tranquility. The water is crystal clear, revealing the smooth, sandy bottom beneath, where grains of sand glimmer like tiny stars in the sunlight as the calm, rolling waves come and go. You can hear the soft rush of water as it retreats, leaving a delicate shushing sound in its wake. There's no seaweed to be found, just the occasional sparkling flash of tiny fish darting beneath the surface, their scales shimmering like jewels. Each movement creates gentle ripples, adding to the serene atmosphere, making the ocean feel like an inviting playground, calling out for exploration and adventure. The air is fresh and salty, filled with the faint scent of the sea, completing this perfect coastal paradise. Seagulls float lazily overhead, their soft calls echoing in the air like gentle whispers as they glide gracefully along the shore. The sound is a rhythmic chatter, punctuated by the occasional flap of wings, creating a calm symphony of nature. Occasionally they land on the warm, soft sand, their tiny feet leaving delicate imprints as they walk around. They peck for worms, or even better, hot chippies left behind by other visitors, their heads bobbing with curiosity in search of the next snack. Seagulls don't even care if that next snack might just be yours. They are so rude. They might pinch a chip or two, even when you're not looking, right out of your hand. When they have found a snack, they take to the water, where they float and bob with the gentle waves, their chirps harmonizing with the soothing sounds of the surf, filling the air with life and energy. The beach stretches around to the right in a gentle curve out into the ocean, forming a calm bay protected by the wind. A perfect place for play. A big sandbar pokes out of the water about 10 meters from the shore, its surface warm and inviting, tempting adventurous swimmers to cross over and explore its flat expanse. It seems to stretch all the way out to the horizon. It is very flat and looks full of shells and treasures. Louie and Bruno are definitely the right doggos for the job. As they approach, you can hear the soft squish of sand underfoot, blending with the distant lullaby of the ocean. Louie and Bruno head across to the sandbar. They can't wait to discover all the treasure hidden among the sand. Shells, sticks, even perhaps a shiny piece of sea glass. The anticipation makes their tails wag with excitement and their eyes sparkle with wonder as they envision the delights that await them. As Louie and Bruno scour the sandbar, their paws patting softly on the warm sand, their eyes gleam with excitement. Each seashell is like a tiny piece of art waiting to be discovered, inviting them to explore and enjoy the simple magic of their seaside adventure. First, Louie spotted a creamy pink spiral shell nestled in the warm sand. "Look at this, Bruno," he exclaimed, nudging it with his paw. The shell's surface was smooth and textured, like the gentle curve of a rose petal. It shimmered softly in the sunlight, revealing hints of iridescence. Louie held it up, marveling at how it seemed to capture the very essence of the ocean breeze. Bruno, the ever-quick collector, darted past Louie and snatched up a glossy black shell that reflected in the sunlight. It looked like a polished stone. "Hey, this one is so shiny," he barked, turning it this way and that in his furry paw. Its sleek surface felt cool against his tongue as he playfully licked it, just to check what it tastes like, of course. The deep black colour stood out against the white sand, making it a striking little treasure. "Wait until you see this," Louie called out, holding a golden shell between his paws. It glimmered like a piece of sun, radiating warmth and cheer. The tiny ridges along its surface felt delightful to the touch, each one catching the light in a dance of golden hues. "It's like a little sunburst right here on the beach," he said, grinning. Then Bruno found a small, swirling tower shell, standing proudly on the sand. "Wow, this one looks like a castle," he yipped excitedly. The spiral twisted gracefully, and the muted browns and whites painted a beautiful pattern that reminded them of a delicate lace. Bruno could almost hear the waves whispering secrets from inside the seashell. Finally, Louie discovered a delicate white fan shell that caught his eye. "Look at this, Bruno. It's so graceful," he said, spreading it open with his paw. The thin ridges radiated from the center, creating a soft, organic look that felt fragile, yet magical. Its pure white color brought a sense of calmness, making Louie feel like he was holding onto a piece of the ocean's serenity. "It's like a whisper of the sea," he said, closing his eyes for a moment to soak in the peaceful vibes. With each shell they found, Louie and Bruno felt a deeper connection to the beach and the ocean's wonders. Each shell was a special treasure, its surface smooth and cool to the touch, telling its own story and inviting the two friends to explore the beauty that surrounded them. The soft crunch of sand beneath their paws added to the collection of sounds as they continued their adventure, racing to discover even more colourful seashells and sharing in the pure joy of their beach day. As Louie and Bruno dashed back from the sandbar across to the beach, their playful excitement fills the air, a melody of happy barks and soft panting joined. The seagulls have returned. Maybe there is a snack about. Soaring overhead, these feathered friends flutter and dive, their white wings glistening under the bright sun, catching the light as they swoop gracefully. Some squawk loudly, their voices echoing across the sandy expanse like laughter carried on the wind, while others play, chase each other, swooping low over the gentle waves and landing with soft thuds on the beach. With their keen eyes, the seagulls scavenge the shores, searching for tasty treats. Occasionally they hop closer to Louie and Bruno, their heads bobbing with intrigue, as if to join in the fun and frolic. The combination of their calls and the rhythmic crash of the wave creates a lively, playful atmosphere, enhancing the magic of the beach day. Just beyond the sandbar, now that it is much quieter without two crazy doggos there, a graceful pelican glides serenely through the water, its long, elegant body bobbing gently with the rhythm of the waves. The soft splash of the water accompanies its movements, creating a peaceful contrast to the excitement of the playful pups. With its large bill and striking white plumage, it makes a stunning sight against the clear blue sky, where the sun casts a warm glow on its feathers. The pelican dips its head down, glancing at the sandbar as it floats by, appearing calm and collected, a perfect contrast to the energetic antics of Louie and Bruno. Together they create a lively scene where the joyful sounds of nature blend harmoniously with the playful spirit of the beach. Each moment a treasure to be cherished and enjoyed. After a thrilling sprint through the surf, Louie and Bruno return to the warm, soft sand, their hearts still racing with excitement. Louie, with his chocolate coat glistening, flops down on the beach, taking a moment to catch his breath. He shakes his furry body vigorously, sending droplets of salt water flying in all directions, sparkling in the sunlight. Bruno joins in, bouncing beside him, his red, white and brown coat fluffing up as he shakes the water off, sending bits of sand tumbling away. With their fur now dry and warm, the two pals set off along the shoreline for an adventure, noses twitching with curiosity as they scan the sand for more treasures. The beach stretches out before them, a canvas of shimmering white sand, dotted with treasures. Louie and Bruno trot along, eyes scanning the shore with a thrill of discovery, when suddenly they freeze, noses twitching with intrigue. Just ahead, rising from the sand like a miniature fortress, stands a giant sandcastle. Its walls are intricately carved, each tower sculpted with careful detail. Its spiraling turrets proudly reaching towards the sky. There's a winding moat surrounding it filled with tiny pools that reflect the sun, making the whole castle gleam as if dusted with sea salt. They get closer and the grand structure reveals even more details. A drawbridge made from bits of driftwood, seashells arranged in patterns across the walls, and a tall tower of sand standing as if to survey the ocean beyond. This isn't just any sandcastle, it's a kingdom. And just as they're marvelling at its majesty, they spot a figure scuttling across the outer walls. Perched proudly by the castle's entrance is Crazy Crab, the eccentric beach collector famous along the shore for his one-of-a-kind treasures. His shell is a sparkly green, glinting like an emerald in the sunlight. And his claws click, click, click. And as he moves with purpose, he guards his sandy palace. Crazy Crab is patrolling his sandcastle with all the seriousness of a tiny soldier on duty. His claws clicking in a rhythmic precision as he marches along the sandy walls. From a distance, Louie and Bruno squint to make out the details. But as they get closer, they can't believe their eyes. Is he wearing a hat? Louie tilts his head, ears perked with disbelief. Bruno squints harder, his tail beginning to wag. No way, he barks, letting out a laugh that echoes across the beach. Sure enough, Crazy Crab is sporting a miniature pirate hat, complete with a tiny skull and crossbones. And a little eye patch too. Slightly askew, but fiercely worn, they exchange glances, eyes wide with amusement. He's really going for the look, Louie chuckles. Next he'll be telling us he's got a pirate ship parked nearby, Bruno howls, practically doubling over with laughter as Crazy Crab catches sight of them and raises one tiny claw, clicking it as if a stern warning. The little crab gives them a grumpy look as if to say, "Keep laughing, but this is my kingdom." Louie and Bruno can't help but giggle at the sight as they approach, skipping up to the sandcastle. "That's ridiculous. How did you even get that stuff?" Bruno laughs, his tail wagging in amusement. "Next you'll tell me you have a mermaid in one of these pools," Louie adds, barely containing his chuckles. Just then, Crazy Crab dramatically pulls out a tiny plastic sword, brandishing it with all the seriousness a small crab can muster. It becomes clear that he must have found some lost action figure on the beach and taken the bits of the outfit for himself. "Oh, I have more, much more than just this sword," Crazy Crab proclaims, puffing out his tiny chest with pride. With a swift motion, he gestures with the sword to the sandy corner of his grand sandcastle, where a surprising collection of treasures lies scattered about. Louie and Bruno exchange puzzled glances as they peer over. There, gleaming in the sunlight, is a beautiful little princess tea set, complete with tiny cup and a charming teapot. Looking as if it had just been used for a royal tea party. "Is that a princess tea set?" Bruno asks incredulously, unable to contain his laughter. "What on earth are you doing with that?" "Every great pirate needs a proper tea time," Crazy Crab replies with a cheeky grin, trying to sound serious but failing miserably. Next to the tea set they spot a bright yellow tennis ball, slightly deflated but still bounceable, with potential for play. "And what about that?" Louie points, amusement dancing in his eyes. "Did you steal that from someone's beach game?" Yes, I keep it for when I need a quick game of fetch," Crazy Crab boasts, raising the ball with a flourish. "You wouldn't believe how well I throw it. You wouldn't even be able to catch it." Louie rolls his eyes. Bruno shakes his head in disbelief and Louie laughs. "Well, you certainly have a treasure trove of lost items. What's next?" As he says that, they spot a lonely flip-flop half buried in the sand, like a piece of lost beachwear that has seen better days. Crazy Crab raises an eyebrow, looking almost offended. That's a classic. You never know when a fellow crab might need a spare shoe. Louie snickers. Yes, but you have 6 legs, and those are way too big for you, little crabby crab. Crazy Crab crosses his claws, a mix of annoyance and determination on his face. I'll have you know, it's good to be prepared. One can never have too many shoes, even if they don't quite fit. Louie and Bruno can't help but burst out into laughter at Crazy Crab's ridiculous collection, which is both hilarious and oddly charming. With all these curious items, they realise they're in for a fun negotiation if they want to trade for some of Crazy Crab's beautiful shells. Although Louie and Bruno think Crazy Crab is hilarious and undeniably cute, it's clear he's getting a bit grumpy about their laughter. He huffs, crossing his claws, wanting to be taken seriously despite his tiny stature. Around him, his collection of shells glistens in the sun. Treasures in all shapes and colours, colourful stones, and even a tiny piece of sea glass in shades of emerald green. Louie and Bruno stare in awe, mesmerised by the beauty of Crazy Crab's collection. They'd love to have some of those shells for their own, but it seems Crazy Crab isn't giving them up so easily. Maybe if we impress him with our shell collecting skills, he'll trade us some of those amazing finds, Louie whispers to Bruno, a spark of determination in his eyes. With their adventure taking an exciting turn, they prepare to charm the grumpy crab, and perhaps strike up a deal for some treasure. Bring me something special and maybe we'll talk trades, Crazy Crab challenges, clicking his claws with a cheeky smile. Determined to win over the grumpy pirate crab, Louie and Bruno dive into a full-on treasure hunt across the beach, sniffing around eagerly for anything worthy of trading. After a few minutes of digging and sniffing, Louie comes up with a prize, a long, smooth driftwood stick that glows a warm gold in the sun. Bruno finds a feather that shines in all colours of the sunset, and after much careful sniffing they both spot the perfect finishing touch, a smooth, round stone gleaming like a polished marble. With their treasures gathered, they trot over to Crazy Crab's sandcastle, placing each item before him with a proud grin. Crazy Crab gives them a side eye, his tiny pirate hat tilted just slightly, and begins his inspection with exaggerated care. Yes, a fine stick, he says, in a surprisingly gruff little voice, holding the driftwood with his claws. But I have many sticks, he sets it aside, unimpressed. Louie wags his tail eagerly. But it's extra shiny. You don't find sticks like this every day. Crazy Crab huffs, then picks up the feather, twirling it in the air. Alright. Not bad, good colours. Adds a bit of flair. He turns to Bruno, giving him a critical once-over. But feathers are light. I need something with a little bit of weight. Bruno, quick on his paws, gestures to the round stone. Oh, what about this one? It's smooth, it's shiny, and it's perfectly round. This looks just like a pirate's treasure. You can almost see a reflection in it, Bruno insists, nudging it closer. Crazy Crab squints, holding the stone up to the sun, as though testing its authenticity. 'Tis round, eh? And quite shiny. But is it pirate-worthy? He taps his claws for a minute in thought, a theatrical frown creasing his little crab face. Desperate to seal the deal, Louie adds, "Look, crazy crab, we even found a feather and a stone and a stick. It's like we brought you the whole ocean. Surely that's worth a shell or two from your collection." The crab sighs dramatically, his claws coming together in a steeple. Alright, boys, I'll part with one of my shells, but only because I admire your spirit and this marble rock. Well, that's worth a shell for sure. He reaches into his collection and pulls out a gleaming purple shell that glitters in the sun as Crazy Crab hands over the prize, each of them brimming with pride as they add the new treasure to their collection. But just as they start to leave, Crazy Crab calls out, "And remember, next time you bring me a bigger stick, one with even more shine, and maybe some glitter, if you can find it." He gives them a wink, adjusting his pirate hat with a flourish. The two friends laugh, promising they'll be back with something even more magnificent next time. With the trade complete, Louie and Bruno add Crazy Crab's beautiful shell to their collection, their excitement bubbling over. As they look through their treasures, they realize they've amassed an impressive assortment of shells from the beach. But in their eagerness, they were too busy racing to notice who gathered the most. With a grin, they agree to call it a tie, their hearts full of joy from the day of fun in the sun. As Louie and Bruno settle down on the warm, soft sand, they spread out their newly collected treasures, each shell gleaming in the golden sunlight. One by one, they begin to count their beautiful finds, savoring each moment. "1," Louie says softly, picking up a creamy pink spiral shell, its smooth surface reflecting the light like a tiny sunset. "2," Bruno adds, holding up a glassy black shell, as smooth as polished stone, feeling the coolness against his paw. 3, Louie continues, admiring a golden shell with tiny ridges, resembling a little sunburst captured in time. 4, Bruno chimes in, gently lifting a small, swirling tower shell, its delicate curve spiraling upward like a miniature staircase. 5, Louie whispers, presenting a delicate white fan shell, so light it feels as if it might float if he talks too loudly. 6, Bruno says, glancing at a vibrant orange shell, its bright hue like a flame dancing in the sunlight. 7, Louie continues, picking up a speckled shell, adorned with tiny brown spots like a constellation captured on the sand. 8, Bruno giggles, showcasing a shell shaped like a tiny heart, perfect and sweet, reminding them of their friendship. 9, Louie says, delighted by a translucent shell, so delicate it almost glows like a piece of the ocean itself. 10, Bruno exclaims, holding a long, slender shell like a tiny trumpet, ready to announce their joyful adventure. 11, Louie continues, admiring shells with tiny ridges, each one telling a story of the waves that shaped it. 12, Bruno says softly, showing off a shell with a vibrant swirl of colours as if the rainbow was captured inside it. 13. Louie adds, marvelling at a shell that looks like a tiny treasure chest waiting to be opened. 14. Bruno giggles, picking up a shell with a twist, its spiral shape inviting them to explore further. 15. Louie says, holding up a flat shell, smooth as glass, its surface reflecting the sandy beach. 16. Bruno whispers, showcasing a shell with a rough texture, like a secret path to follow. Maybe it's a map. 17. Louie continues, admiring a shell shaped like a tiny boat, ready to set sail on the waves of their imagination. 18. Bruno adds, lifting a shell that sparkles in the sunlight as if kissed by the stars. 19. Louie says, showcasing a shell with a tiny hole, perfect for a necklace, a memory to wear. 20. Bruno finishes, holding up the large, beautifully rounded shell, gleaming purple that glitters in the sun. Crazy Crab's gift, their grand finale of a wonderful day at the beach. With sandy paws and tired legs, Louie and Bruno decide to call it a day and begin heading home, just as the sun is starting to get lower in the sky and turn warm orange. They hop into the car, still bubbling with excitement from the day's adventure. The sun hangs lower in the sky, painting everything in warm shades of orange and pink, a beautiful farewell to the day. As the car begins to roll, the gentle hum of the engine lulls them into a peaceful state. Bruno rests his head on Louie's fluffy shoulder, feeling the warmth of his best friend beside him. Louie, feeling relaxed and content, lets out a little soft sigh, his eyes growing heavier with every passing moment. The car glides down the road, the world outside a blur of colours as they pass by. The tall palm trees swaying gently in the evening breeze. The golden rays of sunlight filter through the windows, wrapping around them like a cozy blanket, keeping them warm and safe. Almost home, Louie murmurs sleepily, his eyelids fluttering like butterfly wings. Bruno lets out a small yawn, stretching his paws and curling back into a comfortable position, nuzzling deeper into Louie's fur. Finally, they arrive home at their cozy house. The comforting aroma is sweet and nostalgic, filling their little noses with delightful memories. With a soft thud, they hop out of the car, the sound muffled by the welcoming embrace of the evening air, and trot inside. Their tails wagging slowly, as if savouring the last traces of the day's adventure. As they wander down the path through the house, the soft rustling of their paws against the floor and the quiet pitter-patter of their footsteps create a soft, soothing rhythm that echoes in the peaceful evening. The kitchen beckons with a hint of their favourite treats, a warm whiff of goodness that makes them pause just for a moment to inhale deeply, savouring the delightful aroma that dances around them. Soon, the soft, inviting glow of the evening lights guides them to their special spot. Their fluffy dog beds lie waiting, plush and inviting, like little clouds of comfort ready to cradle them. Louie flops down with a contented sigh, the sound escaping his lips like a gentle whoosh, the sand still clinging to his fur, a sweet reminder of the day's fun. Bruno snuggles in beside him, letting out a happy little whine of satisfaction, as if to say, "This is perfect." As they curl up together, the memories of the beach fill their dreams. They can almost hear the soft swoosh of the waves gently lapping at the shore, like a lullaby sung by the sea itself. The soft whisper of the sea breeze dances around them, mingling with the laughter of their friendship that echoes in their hearts. The rhythmic sound of their breathing becomes one, creating a soothing melody that fills the quiet of the night, a sweet serenade of comfort and safety. Outside, the sun sinks lower, painting the sky with deep purples and soft blues, creating a mesmerizing canvas that fades into the night. One by one, the stars begin to twinkle overhead like little diamonds scattered across a velvet blanket, each one a tiny spark of magic. The world outside grows quieter, wrapped in gentle embrace of dusk, while the moon casts a soft, silvery glow through the window, illuminating their cozy corner. With their hearts full and their eyes growing heavier, Louie and Bruno drift into a deep, cozy sleep. They are wrapped in warmth and love, nestled together, dreaming of adventures that await them on another sunny day. The soft sounds of the night cradle them as they embrace the tranquility of their slumber, surrounded by the comforting familiarity of home. As Louie and Bruno settle deeper into their fluffy beds, their eyelids grow heavy and the world around them begins to fade away. The soft sound of their breathing fills the air, mingling with the gentle whispers of the night. In their dreams, the adventures of the day come alive again. They can feel the warmth of the sun on their fur, hear the joyful splashes of the water as they raced through the gentle waves, and the delightful crunch of the sand beneath their paws. The sound of their laughter echoes in the back of their minds, blending with the cheerful calls of the seagulls that danced above them. Louie dreams of the moment he splashed through the surf, his big paws kicking up tiny droplets of water that glimmer like stars in the sunlight. He can almost feel the rush of excitement as he found a particularly beautiful shell, its creamy pink spiral shining against the sandy backdrop in his dream. He proudly shows it to Bruno, who bounces excitedly behind him, his fluffy tail wagging with joy. Bruno, on the other paw, dreams of chasing the waves, darting in and out, playfully snapping at the foamy surf as if he could catch the very ocean itself. He imagines leaping high into the air, the thrill of the splash sending tiny beads of water cascading around him. Each wave that crashes against the shore brings a new burst of joy, a new treasure to find. Together they relive the moment they met Crazy Crab, the tiny guardian of the sandcastle, adorned in his silly pirate hat, his tiny plastic sword. They chuckle in their dreams, remembering how they laughed at his ridiculous outfit, the way he tried to be taken seriously while being so adorably small. The beach is alive with colour, sound and laughter, a tapestry of memories woven together into their dreams. As the night deepens and the stars twinkle brightly above, Louie and Bruno drift further into the realm of dreams, their hearts light and full of happiness. They know that tomorrow will bring new adventures, but for now they are safe and sound, wrapped in the warmth of their friendship and the magical memories of their unforgettable day at the beach. The gentle ebb and flow of the ocean in their dream lulls them into a peaceful slumber, where the fun never truly ends. Harmonizing with the distant calls of seagulls flying overhead, their playful squawking fills the air, adding to the beach's lively atmosphere, as they glide effortlessly, wings outstretched, searching for their next meal.